So I'm out here on a Sunday morning in the French Quarter at 8:30 doing a little live stream. If you're watching live, I'm out here walking around. If you're watching this later on, hey, what up? Out here doing a live stream at 8:30 in the morning. And sometimes I gotta, if I abruptly stop talking, it's because I'm the only one on the street and there's someone else on the street and they're looking at me crazy like, why is that guy walking talking to himself? There's a couple bros up there on the balcony. Now it's Decadence Fest this weekend, so a lot of people in town. It was really busy last night. So I'm about to hit Bourbon Street right here. Let's see what Bourbon Street is looking like at 8:30 in the morning. You have the remnants from the night before. They just cleaned the streets. You can see the streets are wet. Ivy waste. You got some soap in there. Right, look, you can see the Ivy waste trucks way down there. Nope. No, I don't show my face. I want these people to know who I am. I'm out here all the time filming. I don't want these people to know who I am. Let's go this way. We're walking down Bourbon Street. Early Sunday morning. See what's going on. They just cleaned the streets. They got cleaned these streets off. Now there was a rage fest going on last night. These streets were packed because it's Labor Day weekend and it's Southern Decadence Festival, and these streets are spotless, man. There's some action for early morning. Look at all the garbage cans. Look how neatly organized these garbage cans are. Man, that's a work of art right here. Look at this. Look at the alignment. Anyway. Yeah. We're out here on Bourbon Street. Now, usually I try and come out here, or I've been trying to come out here on the weekends early morning just to see, because this is always a really interesting time to be walking around to see what's going on. Like, you always got you're always gonna have the crackheads, and then a few bros like left over from the night before. Like that. And then you got the people that are trying to get their exercise, like right here. You got these people right here. But those bros that were back there, they were remnants from the night before, still walking around like, man, there's got to be one spot open where we can get a daiquiri. But nope, everything's closed. Yeah, if people knew who I was, I wouldn't be able to get half the videos I'm able to get. And like, I just value privacy. I do this because I like it. I'm not trying to be a star or anything like that, a social media star. No, that's not why I do this. I just do this because I like it. Look, the hose is running right here. Like, the content is the star of my video, not me. I'm just observing what I see. What's going on, what's happening, I bet you that somebody said that they were looking to come back to get that Clover breakfast. Now, Clover Grill is a breakfast spot in the gay part of Bourbon Street. And I bet you, I'm gonna walk down there. I'll bet you they are slammed right now because people come from all over the world to go to the Clover Grill. It's an institution. It's been there. It's been there for, I don't know, I've 30 years. I've been seeing it. So who knows how long it's been there before that. But it's a gay spot, you know, like everybody that works in there. They got trans people that work up in there, and everybody's, you know, it's a party. Even though it's just like a little greasy spoon diner, it's a party up in there. And so people like going to that spot, and it's right here on Bourbon Street, so it's a popular late night spot. But I'm gonna hit that right now. I'm gonna go down that way, and I bet you that they are rolling. Even though it's early, like nothing's open, nobody's around, the Clover Girl's gonna have people up in there. They probably have a line. Somebody commented and said it opened in the 1930s. That sounds about right. I mean, it's probably had different owners. It probably hasn't been served the same clientele. But I go there. I've made a few videos there. I like going there. I mean, you know, to be honest, there's nothing special. It's just like a diner, a greasy spoon diner, where you could get like a burger or grilled cheese or something like that. Breakfast. It was open 24 hours a day for a long time, but I'm not sure what's open 24 hours a day anymore, because the world's changed. Like, people don't really stay out late anymore, so you don't really have a need for 3 a.m. spots because nobody's really drinking till that late anymore. Like Bourbon Street, man, Bourbon Street, they used to have a crowd out here. Not a crowd, but they would have more people than this back in the day at this hour. But young people don't drink. Like the night will end. You come out here 1 o'clock, the crowd is already dwindling down. It used to be raging out here at 5, 6 in the morning. Not anymore. They had a bunch of places in the last couple weeks closed down out here on Bourbon Street. Like this place right over here on the left. It's called something Buns now. It's this group that's called Nice Guys just opened it up. But it was Saints and Sinners. Something Buns. Here we go. House of Buns just opened up. It was Saints and Sinners. Channing Tatum owned it for a minute. It was run terribly. Then it was the Lighthouse. And the Lighthouse opened maybe like last winter, and it was open for maybe 6, 7, 8 months, tops 6 months before it closed. And now it's House of Buns. Like that place right over there is a bar right there. I don't know, you probably can't see it, but it's called High Grace. I think they're open 24 hours a day because they're always open when I'm coming out here at this hour. So I doubt that they're opening this hour. They've probably just been open. So, and they probably, you know, if you're the only 24-hour bar in the French Quarter, you probably do all right because everybody knows they got to go there if it's the only spot. This is one of the last phone booths in New Orleans. Is this Billy Joel? Look, Billy Joel is walking right here. What's up, brother? Pretzels is open. Are they 24 hours? I don't know. Maybe some of these places might just be open for 24 hours, like just because it's Decadence Fest. Here, look, this is the IV waste guys cleaning the streets right here. See, it's still a little bit messy. They're just getting down here. Look, they're all down there. And they come through with the street sweepers, and then they have the bros with the brooms following up to get what the street sweepers missed. That's a level of detail that you need from the people cleaning the French Quarter. The old companies, I don't know that they did that. It's that little extra that IV Waste does, you know. Because like I said, you know, you see, like, look at all this dirt, all the leftover what the street sweepers missed. Like up that way where I just came, you didn't have anything. There was not a cigarette butt. So I guess that's what they must do, is have these bros come through with the brooms. Here's a Clover Grill right here. Yeah, they got some people up in there. The Feet's in Exile is still open. There's some people sitting out there. So I hear some house music. So someone's still partying. Yep. It was a party down here, right here. This is the gay part of Bourbon Street. It was wild here last night. I walked through, and I only walked through like around 9 o'clock. But I'm sure as it got later, it was popping. Anyway, if you just tapping in, I'm walking down Bourbon Street at 9 in the morning, whatever time it is, on Sunday. Where and right now it's Labor Day weekend in New Orleans, so we got Southern Decadence Fest, which is a big gay festival that goes on every single year for Labor Day. And this part of the Bourbon Street is where all the gay bars are. And that's where the central part of that festival takes place. Now today at 5 p.m. they got the Southern Decadence Parade. If any of y'all are following me, I'm gonna cut over this way. If any of y'all are following me, are in New Orleans. No, I don't know. That guy's got the lawnmower or something. I'm gonna go back this way. So if any of y'all are in town and want to check out a cool parade, Southern Decadence Parade goes down. It's just a normal New Orleans parade. All the usual dancing crews are in there. Like a lot of people, you know, I'm just gonna be honest and say it. Like a lot of people put off by it, but it's fun, man. It's a real fun parade, and it's like it's the first parade of busy season, because down here in New Orleans our seasons work a little bit different. The end of the year for us is May, June. That's when the year ends for New Orleans, and then we got like hibernation time, summer, and then September is where things start coming back to life. And the beginning of the year for us is like September, October. And the Southern Decadence is like the first big festival of the party season for us down here. And Southern Decadence Parade is the first big parade of the year. And it's a nice parade. And they moved it back to 5 p.m. this year because it used to be like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and it was so hot. But they moved it back this year to take into account, go this way, take into account how hot it gets. So, and it's cool this weekend. There's a nice breeze right now. So it's not gonna be as bad as previous years. So if you're in New Orleans, I would definitely recommend coming down to the French Quarter tonight and checking out the Southern Decadence Parade. Anyway, I'm out here walking around the French Quarter. peaceful Sunday morning. A lot of people are sleeping. Some people getting ready to go to church. Couple more weeks, we're gonna have the football season of the Saints. Everybody's excited about that. Not me. Saints are gonna be trash. I hope they're good, but I think they're gonna be trash. Alright, I'm on Royal Street. I say they got the Cornstalk Fence Hotel right here. Y'all ever seen the Cornstalk Fence Hotel? It's been closed since the pandemic, and they lost their hotel license. It's for sale, and nobody wants to buy it because it's multi-millions of dollars, and it doesn't have a hotel license anymore. So that's what I understand. But this is the Cornstalk Fence Hotel right here. Now the story goes that this fence was built by some bro whose wife was from Iowa and was homesick. She grew up in the cornfields. She was homesick, so the bro built that fence so she could look out the window and see the corn. Now that is the story. I can't really say that it's true because nobody really knows. People say that's what everybody tells people, but it factually cannot be proven. Somebody asked me what I think of the Saints choosing Spencer Rattler as their starting quarterback. I don't think he's good. He may get better, but is he the guy that's gonna lead them for the next decade? I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, I'm out here in the French Quarter. Heading back to Bourbon Street. Royal Street's kind of boring right now. Let's see if anybody who's out right now is going to be on Bourbon Street, so I'm going to walk over there, see what's going on. This is Lafitte's in Exile. Now it's called Lafitte's in Exile because the original owners used to own the blacksmith shop, Lafitte's blacksmith shop down the street, which is one of the oldest bars in New Orleans. And they they didn't renew the lease, and then the owner moved down the street and opened up Lafitte's in Exile, but then the person that owned the building kept the name Lafitte's Blacksmith Shop. So there's two Lafitte's. The original one, which is moved down the street now, the original one is the space, but the original owner moved down the street and opened Lafitte's in Exile. Ivy Waste getting it done. See, look, now we're gonna backtrack over where they just came. And like, this is the area I walked through. If you follow me for a minute, I walked through this area right here when they were sweeping up right here a minute ago, and there was all kinds of crap. There's not a cigarette butt. I don't know if y'all can see that. Look, there's one straw. They got a straw right there. That's it. And a piece of confetti and one cigarette butt. That's it. That's all they left behind. So when you hear people talking about how good IV Waste be cleaning it up out here in the French Quarter, they left one piece of confetti, a straw, and a cigarette butt on the whole block. And my bro right there. My bro right there had a sign. It said, "Food or pussy, I gotta eat." And he was asking for donations. Now usually that guy has a sign that says, he tells, look, lemon fresh right there. That's the IV Waste truck. Usually he has a sign that says he tells dirty jokes for $1. But I guess the dirty joke business isn't what it was. My phone, I got Meta glasses on. So anywhere I look, that's the camera angle. Then it's not a great video quality, but it's so much easier than holding a phone up. And I'm incognito. Like they got some crackhead pigeons right here. Yeah, they got these streets clean. Like right here, like you can see all the soap. So they make a couple different passes. They come by a couple different times. They have like the lemon fresh truck, which sprays out all the soap. Then they come by with the street sweepers. But look at this shit right here. It smells like a load of dishwash, like you just ran the dishwasher. It smells like Palmolive out here right now. That's why I always tell people, like whenever they say, because I get a lot of hate in my comments section, especially on Facebook, because there's a lot of old people, I'm gonna say it, there's a lot of old white people out in the suburbs that don't like, they're religious, they don't like that we party over here in New Orleans. They don't like the ethnic makeup of a lot of people in New Orleans. So, you know, every time I post a video of a Bourbon Street, every single time I'll get 20 comments, people like, man, I can smell that video. I can smell that video, it smells like pee and puke. And I know they're lying, because it doesn't smell like that anymore. Because look at this shit. They clean these streets every single night. Look at all this soap out here. They scrub these shits down. Like you saw in the street, in the block that we just came, there was one piece of confetti and one cigarette butt in the whole block. And they do this on every street. They scrub every street down multiple times, and then they come through with brooms and pick up everything. And so maybe you have this 2 or 3 hours in the late night where people are drunk, spilling beer. Nobody's peeing on Bourbon Street, I'll tell you that. Nobody's peeing. They're getting arrested. Somebody pees. You might have somebody peeing in the alley, in the back alleys and shit, but nobody's straight up peeing on Bourbon Street. Doesn't happen. And I mean, you know, it might happen here and there, but not enough for it to linger, not enough for it to smell where it's gonna linger. Like pee takes a couple days, really. You know what I mean? Like to seep in and really marinate before it's gonna, and you need to have a lot of it where it's gonna stink up an entire outdoor block. So it just doesn't happen. What the smell is garbage, alcohol, like garbage in the garbage cans that they clean every night. So I mean, like, you know, you leave some food in your garbage can, you know, it takes a day or so to really start to smell. And that, like I said, they clean this shit every night. So what people confuse a lot of times for what is the pee and the puke are the mule turds, because you got these these mule and buggies walking around, and you know, the mules will just take a dump on the street, and that's what a lot of times people think it's pee and puke or whatever, but it's mule turds. But again, it doesn't last. They clean the shit up, and then it's clean all day until 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night. So whenever I see one of them old people commenting like, oh, I can smell the street from here, I know they haven't been here in a long time. And they're just hating. So now, like, after they come by, then you got these people right here cleaning this garbage can. I don't know if you can see that. You see that? Like, that's some of that, you know, that might contribute to the smell. Like that person's cleaning the garbage. They couldn't do that shit before the street cleaners came through. They're cleaning out that garbage can of the night's bar waste. That's Mango right there, the daiquiri shop. They're cleaning the bar waste out of the garbage can just right out onto the street. That's a shitty job. You're the person responsible for washing out the garbage cans on Bourbon Street in the morning from a night of partying. That's a shitty job. Somebody asked me what the old people are watching. I don't know, man. Like I said, I get, every time I post a video of New Orleans and Bourbon Street, I'll get 20 people from out in the sticks, in the swamps of Louisiana, the trailer parks, just constantly barraging my posts with hate. And it's like, why are you watching? Why do you care so much? And this week, because I've been posting a lot of videos from Decadence Festival, and they got a lot of gay people out here. The hate level is skyrocketed. Somebody just this morning posted like on one of my videos about how New Orleans was Sodom and Gomorrah, and they hope that it burns. I mean, at least a handful of times a week, someone's like, man, I can't wait till the next hurricane comes by and washes it all away. Like people, and then in the next comment, and they'll, talk about how that's what Jesus wants. It's like, no, man, you're that hateful, but then you claim to be a Christian. People are just really unhappy. That's what it is. They're just really unhappy, and they don't know why. They just don't know why. And so it's easy to pick the low-hanging fruit. Man, the gay people are why I'm mad. If we could just get rid of all the gay people, the world would, and all the immigrants, the world would be a better place. Anyway, I'm out here on Royal Street at 9 in the morning. Like all these streets, every one of these streets, you can see the soap. They let this soap seep into the ground. So like for the rest of the day, you just smell Palmolive. That's what it smells like for the rest of the day. So what's anybody else got some good plans for this Sunday? Anybody doing anything fun? If you're in New Orleans, 5 p.m. today, they got the Southern Decadence Parade. Now it's supposed to go down Royal Street. That's usually the route. See, look, there's some mule tours right there. Like this all right here. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. But you see those mule turds just ground into the ground. And that's what the smell comes from a lot of the times. Man, Quarter Two Sisters got that brunch. They got that jazz brunch going on. So you get all the white people. All the people that are like, man, we can't go over to Bourbon Street this weekend. I'm just playing. I guess they haven't opened yet. These people are waiting in line. I don't know, I can't really see what time it is.